Hey, what is up guys, it is Card Shuffler 99 here, and today I'm going to be showing you guys a really cool no setup impromptu card trick. I hope you guys enjoy it. If you do, be sure to hit that thumbs up button. Make sure you guys are subscribed to the channel if you're not already subscribed. Now, in our last video, we did mention a giveaway that we're going to be starting. We are aiming for this to be our 150,000 subscriber giveaway, as we are reaching that milestone very soon. Now, obviously, we don't know how quickly we're going to reach 150,000 subscribers. So, if we're on track to hit 150,000 subscribers in the next month, we are going to make this our 150,000 subscriber giveaway. If it's going to take longer than a month, so let's say in the next couple weeks we figure out that we're probably not hitting 150K in the next month, then what we're going to do is we're going to make this our 145,000 subscriber giveaway. It's still going to be big, and either way, this giveaway is going to last for a month. Now, we're not announcing it in this video. You guys will have one more day to comment down below on this video what you guys want us to give away. This is going to be our biggest giveaway yet, guys. It's going to end literally 1 month, so 30 days after the video we post next, which is going to be tomorrow night. So the announcement for the giveaway is going to be tomorrow night, so be sure to watch that video, get your entries in as soon as possible, and make sure you guys have the best chance at winning this giveaway. Now, like I said, it is going to last a month. Obviously, it just depends if we're going to call it 145 or 150,000 subscriber giveaway. It just depends where we get in the next month in terms of our subscriber count. But let us know down in the comment section below, what do you guys want us to give away? We've given away a lot of prizes in the past. We've given away, bricks of decks. We've given away $100 Amazon gift cards. Let us know down below, what do you guys want to see us give away? And we will be giving that away to you guys. Once again, this should be our biggest giveaway yet. Hope you guys are ready for it. And anyway, let's get straight into the card trick. Once again, be sure to comment down below anything you guys want. Just feel free to comment it, and we will think about it, put it together, and we will announce the giveaway tomorrow. So I hope you guys are excited. But today I'm going to be teaching you guys a really cool impromptu card trick. This is something you guys can do any time of the day. It's just a very easy card trick. So I'm going to go about doing this. Thought I'd post a video, so let's get started. So for this trick, I'm not going to be performing it today. Unfortunately, I do not have a spectator on me today, but I am going to be teaching it, explaining it to you guys, so you guys can leave this video with knowledge of a card trick. So what you're going to do is you can start this like any no setup card trick, any impromptu card trick, by shuffling the deck. So the deck can be fully shuffled. Once again, always good to have the spectators shuffle the deck just so they have a little bit of trust. They can feel sort of comfortable, right? That's the one thing that you should do whenever performing a magic trick, is make sure that your spectator is comfortable. Make sure that, they're knowing and they're willing to understand that you're not doing anything suspicious. Obviously, magicians are always going to be doing something, right? There's always a trick to it, but you want to convince them that you're not doing anything. So whenever you have an impromptu card trick or a no setup card trick, you should stress the fact that they can shuffle the deck. That's why if you ever have an impromptu card trick, always allow the spectator to handle the deck of cards. It just makes them feel more comfortable, makes them feel like you're not doing anything suspicious, like they had control over the deck, right? So that's what you want to do. Start out with that. Now, what you're going to do is you're going to have them select a card, so it doesn't matter what card they select. In this case, we'll go with the 3 of clubs. Now, this card can be signed if you want it to be signed. It doesn't matter. In this case, I'm not going to have it signed, but you could have this signed if you really wanted to. Now, all you have to do is get this card controlled to the top of the deck. So really quick, just because this is only a tutorial, I'm not performing it, I will teach you guys right now a couple different card controls. So this is sort of lessons inside of lessons right here. Take a card, put it somewhere in the middle of the deck. Obviously, this is probably one of my most common card controls. This is what I love to do. You could do this. Basically, what you're going to do is, let's say you want it to control to the top, which is what we want to do here. What I would do is, as I push the card in, I'm going to put pressure down on the card. What this does is, as I close in, it's going to create a break right above their selection. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to hold it with my pinky. I'm going to hold that break. Their card is obviously right here, right? Their card is right below this little gap. So I'm going to take this top packet. I'm going to split it into 2, maybe 3. You can split this top packet into as many as you want. And then this final packet, you're just going to set the entire chunk right down, and that controls the card to the top. So in general, like normal speed, it would look something like this. So let's say you put the card somewhere into the middle of the deck. You're going to push it in. You're going to give the deck some cuts. And just like that, you controlled their card to the top. Now, Here's another way you could control a card. Let's just eliminate the 3 clubs as a selection. You can go through the deck just like so, have them touch a card, right? So let's say they touch this card right here. What I'm going to do with the cards, I'm going to push it behind the card above it. So this is their card. I'm going to push it right behind it. It doesn't matter. It doesn't have to be fully squared up. Obviously, the closer you get, the better. But you're just going to say, okay, here, go ahead. Touch a card. They touch this card. You say, okay. You're just going to try to line it up right behind the card on top of it. Show them the card that they select. In this case, it's the Ace of Hearts. What I'm doing is as I come back down, I'm grabbing both cards. So I'm grabbing the Ace of Hearts and the card directly above the Ace of Hearts. So right there. So you're going to show them the card, you'll be like Ace of Hearts. You're going to pretend like you're only grabbing the one card, the Ace of Hearts, right? You're pretending like you're grabbing the Ace, setting it down on the table. In reality, what you just did was you grabbed 2 cards, so now their card is actually still right here. This is misdirection. You're going to close this entire thing up, maintaining a break. And same thing like the first, you're going to cut that card to the top of the deck. And just like that, you controlled it. But what you do is after you're finished cutting it, you're going to say, okay, now we'll take your card and we'll just put it somewhere into the deck. And just like that, you did misdirection. So how does that look in real life, real time, I guess you could say? You go through, say, oh, you want this card right here? Perfect. Take a look, Ace of Diamonds. Sounds good to me. Cut the deck, say we'll take your card, put it somewhere to the middle of the deck. Snap your fingers, their card's back on top, right? So that's the misdirection involved with that little card control. So just a little fun tip right there. And actually, just so I'll give you guys a little bonus tip. If you guys want to do that similar card control, like the one where you put it in the middle of the deck and you put pressure down, another way you can do it, if you wanted to control the card to the bottom, what you can do is something very similar. In this case, I would push up on the card. That would make a break below their selection. And what I could do is I can then take this entire packet here, set that down, and then cut these 2. And just like that, you can just control it to the bottom. So there's a couple different ways you can go about doing that. And it all uses the same exact motions, same exact ideas, except you're controlling it to 2 different areas of the deck. But we're just going to use the Queen of Clubs as our selection. So let's say our Queen of Clubs is our selection. We're going to put it on top. Now, what you're going to do from here is you're going to ask the spectator to lift up about half the deck, or you could say maybe a fourth of the deck, anything like that. You want them to pick up around maybe 15, 20 cards. Obviously, the more, the worse, but it's not the end of the world. So you're going to have them cut the deck, and you're going to say, okay, perfect. We're not going to use these cards. We're going to set those off to the side, right? You're only going to work with this. What you're going to say is you're going to separate this into 2 piles. So what you have to remember is their cards on top. So really quick, what you have to do from here is get their card control to the bottom. Now, you could easily, from the beginning of the trick, control their card to the bottom, and then when they cut the deck, eliminate the portion that they cut. You could easily do that and then just go work with this deck because their cards are already on the bottom. But there's something, let's use the Queen of Spades now. There is something that I like about controlling it to the top, having them cut a portion of the deck, using the portion they cut, and then controlling this to the bottom, because now it seems like you're making it even more random, because what I'm doing here is I'm doing an overhand shuffle, controlling their top card to the bottom of the deck. So I'm going to control it to the bottom. If you want to keep shuffling, what you can do is you can peel the top and bottom card off. Once you get it to the bottom, you can peel the top and bottom off, just like so. That way the bottom card will stay there, and then you can keep shuffling just like so, right? And you can keep doing that as many times as you want, just to keep their card on the bottom and just pretend like you're shuffling the deck of cards, right? In reality, their card is remaining on the bottom. What you do from here is you're going to say, okay, we're going to separate the cards into 2 piles. So what I'm doing here is I'm going to go up and down just like so. And just to save time, we're going to eliminate some cards. So you only want around 10, 15, maybe 20 cards, right? The more, it still works, it's going to take a lot of time to actually separate the cards, right? So in this case, for the tutorial, it's the same thing. I'm just going to use less cards here. Once again, their cards on the bottom. You're going to separate the cards into 2 piles just like so. So basically what I'm doing here is I'm going up and down just like so. We're separating the cards into 2 piles, right? At one point, you're then going to square everything up, and you're going to say, okay, I want you to name one of these piles to eliminate. So what I'm doing here is, let's say they say eliminate this packet right here. What I'm doing is, because their card's on the bottom, I'm going to say, okay, if their card's in this pile, I can eliminate all these cards. Let's say they say eliminate this pile right here. What I have to do is I actually have to get their card and push it to the top of the packet, right? So that's what I would have to do in that case. So if basically what I would do is I'm basically controlling their card on the bottom of the deck using my index finger, okay? So let's say their card's up here, it's at the top. They say eliminate this, but their card's up here. I'm going to push their card to the bottom, and then I'm going to eliminate all these cards, right? That way I'm not ever eliminating their card, okay? So that's the important part. Then you keep going. You're going to say, okay, we're going to keep separating, just like so. Once again, this is on the bottom. Let's say they say eliminate the top. That works perfectly, just like so. Now, the last few cards, I like to end it with 3, okay? And what I'm going to do here is I'm going to say, okay, we have 3 potential cards left. And really what you're doing is you're just narrowing it down to their card. What I like to do is I like to have them go ahead and say, all right, I want you to come around and cover 2 cards. You know that this is their card, so this is where Magician's Choice is going to come into play, right? What happens is, let's say they cover these 2 cards. All you say is, okay, eliminate those cards, right? And then this would be their card, and you'd be like, wow, we found your card, right? So that's basically the premise of this trick, is you're able to find their card no matter what. Now, let's say they cover these 2. We're going to say, okay, we're going to work with these 2 right here. Go ahead and cover one of the cards now. Let's say they cover this one. We're going to say, okay, that's going to be your selection. We're discarding this one, and that's going to be their card. Let's say they cover this card. You're going to say, okay, now we're going to discard that. Left with 1 card, and that's your card. So that's Magician's Choice. Basically, what you're doing is you're going to have them make a selection, but you're not specific as to what you're doing. So let's say we have 2 cards here. I'm not going to say cover a card and that card we're eliminating. I'm just saying cover a card, and then after they cover the card, I'm going to tell them what to do with it. So if they cover their card, we're going to say, all right, we're going to keep it. If they cover the other card, we're going to say we're going to eliminate it, and then basically you're always going to be left with their final selection. So that is just a really cool way that you can eliminate the entire deck. Basically, pretend like you take their card, shuffle it into the deck, and basically you can find it at the end of the trick using only the spectator's selections, right? So they get to select which pile to eliminate, and then at the end they get to narrow it down to their final selection. Anyway, guys, that is a really simple impromptu card trick. Once again, be sure to like this video and comment down below what you guys want us to give away. And anyway, this is Card Shuffler 99. Peace out, guys.